What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW, and today we're going to go over a very important topic: small accounts and why they suck. Check it out. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and jump right on into this, okay? Right on into it. Now, never mind, the looks, I was looking at some charts here because I have the charts playing in the background. Now, what I want to talk about today is very simple. It's the topic of small accounts. You see, everyone out there that's selling a chat room, not everyone, I'm not going to say everyone because that's a blanket statement. And you guys know here, I stay away from blanket statements because life isn't that black and white. It's just not. There's a lot of variables that go into everything, from businesses to trading, which trading is a business, to personal life, to everything. So I'm not going to say everyone. A lot of people out there who sell chat room subscriptions do small account challenges, and the reason being is because it's a great marketing ploy. It's a great marketing ploy. It really is. And it becomes easier to do a lot of those small cap. You know where I'm going already. It becomes a lot easier to do those small account challenges with micro float stocks, okay? With those like today we had Pixie. Today is the 19th of May. I don't know when this video is going to air, where we had Pixie with a 317,000 share float in its a 317,000 shares in the float of that stock, right? Okay, so it's super micro float. It's easy to move that. If you have a chat room with like 500, 1,000 subscribers that are going to chase more than likely your trade alerts, then it's very easy to build a small account on that, especially if it has low volume, which Pixie did, and Pixie had good volume. Because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen before my very eyes, and I have friends in the trading, the trade as well. They're day traders, and we've talked about this in the past together, where you see, these chat rooms where they're gonna trade a $2,000-3,000 account or $1,000 account, and then they start looking for low volume chart setups on a daily, for example, that have an extremely low flow, and they'll start buying a position in it and alerting their subs, and they're going to swing it potentially, and then it just builds up until they start to sell, and then it goes straight back down to garbage. Pump and dumps, we've seen them all. I've shared screenshots of pump and dump charts on my Twitter, on Facebook. Oh yeah, on Facebook probably, but on Twitter, on the YouTube channel here. You've seen those charts and what they look like. If you haven't, make sure you check out the New Trader playlist in my channel, and also follow me on Twitter. Link in the description section below to my Twitter account. You can follow me there as well. So you'll see them build that up, and it's very easy at that point, or a lot less hard to build up a small account when you have that kind of following. Right? When you're buying the stock at $3 and you're alerting it, and then your chat room starts to buy into it as well, and now it's at $3.50, you're already up 50 cents, and chances of it coming back down to $3 before you sell is pretty slim at that point, if it's all being controlled by everyone that followed along, right? So it's a great marketing ploy in that sense for the chat room owners. Now, I often see new traders come on into the market and they start their account small, and it's understandable for various reasons. Okay, the two main ones are they don't have a lot of money to start with. Most people that start day trading do not start off with a huge account. They don't start off with above PDT 25,000 or more. They don't start off with a $30,000 account. They don't start off with a $100,000 account. They don't start off with a $300,000 account. Generally speaking, they do not start off with those quantities when they start day trading, okay? They just simply don't. So what you get is a lot of people who come into the market with thinking this mindset. First of all, they don't inform themselves on the education on how to trade. They say, you know what, I'm willing to lose $2,000 day trading. So they grab $2,000 from their saving account, they put it in E-Trade, or they put it in Charles Schwab, or they put it in CMEG, whatever that foreign offshore firm is, where you can trade above PDT. Well, not trade above it, but you don't have to worry about PDT. Okay, so they start off in some of those, and then they have fees, and their account goes from $2,000 to $1,900 after they pay their fees, and now they have a $1,900 trading account, or they have the $2,000 in E-Trade. and they start day trading. They haven't even educated themselves yet on how to trade properly, how to execute a trading plan, how to even establish a trading plan. They haven't done that yet, okay, for the most part. They just know they've seen people take $2,000 and claim to turn it into, you know, $150,000, $200,000, $1 million. You see all sorts of wild claims out there, okay? You really do. The most common ones and the most conservative ones I've seen have been, you know, about turning 1,000 or 2,000 or even $500 into like 100,000, which is still a huge amount of money, okay? And then you have people out there who are like, oh, if you turned it into 100,000, now you can turn it into 1 million, then you can turn it into 10 million, then you can turn it into 100 million. Not so fast. You know, while these strategies work, okay, they all have caps. They all have caps. They all have caps because you can't scale, you know, many of these strategies into, you know, that range. You just can't. I don't care what anybody claims, especially with the low floats, because of volume. You just can't take the share size appropriate to make that kind of money day trading. You'd have to change strategies. You'd have to look into swing trading. You have to look into options. You have to look into various things, right? If you have that account size and you want to turn it into millions upon millions of dollars. I'm not saying it can't happen. I've never done it. I don't know if I ever would or could. I don't know, because then psychologically you have a different risk factor. There's many things that can be talked about in this video, okay? But we're going to focus in on that small account. So now you have this brand new trader who isn't educated in how to trade, trying to trade with $1,900, $2,000. The first, you know, and then they're learning from somebody, or they're following somebody's chat room that always tells you, oh, you need at least 1,000 shares so you can scalp 10 cents and make $100. Not realizing that you're in 1,000 shares of a low float stock, you're scalping 10 cents at a time, and you might get lucky today and tomorrow, but then the following day, you get a 40-cent flush, 50-cent flush. That can happen just like that. You know it and I know it, okay? If you've been trading for at least a year, you know it and I know it, okay? And now you made $200 the last 2 days, okay? So you're at 2,200, and all of a sudden you lost $500. You lost $500. Now what? You're down like 18. You're down like at $1,800 or something like that. Yeah, about 1,700, something like that. Okay. So let's say you're down there in the $1,700 range. You started your account off with $2,000. Okay. You're already down 300 from your. You lost 200 profit that you had, and you're down 300 from your initial deposit. Now what? Now you start getting nervous. So you're like, I got to make this back. The next trade, you might take a little bit bigger size, and all of a sudden, boom, you lose a little bit more. Now you're down to $1,500. And before you know it, you're down to $1,200, and now stress is creeping in. You no longer have confidence, and confidence is essential as a trader, and you start to deplete your capital. But worse yet, not only are you depleting your capital in your account, you're depleting your mental capital. Mentally now, you're shaken. You've been shooketh. You no longer have the confidence that you had once you took those first two trades, those first 2 days, and made $200. That's long and gone, and you're still chasing these momentum plays. You know, trying to buy breakouts, buying high to sell higher. Okay, on these low floats with a very small account, taking bigger risk than you really should. And before you know it, you've gone from $2,000 to now you only have $700 in your account. You see it all the time. You see it in the comment section on YouTube. You see it all over Facebook, trading groups. Little shameless plug, trading group down there in the link in the description section or in the comment section. I'll put a link to our Facebook group. So you see it all over places where new traders have gotten themselves in troubles with that. Why? Because they don't educate themselves. Why? Because they, follow chat room alerts blindly, and then they started off their account with the minimal that they could, which is understandable. But I'm going to give you a better plan here. I'm going to give you a better idea of what can be done, of what one would do, basically of what I did for myself. In a sense, you spend a year. This is a marathon. You spend a year in a simulator, testing out strategies, figuring out which one you like. And then you spend a significant amount of time with the one you liked, making sure you can be profitable with it. All throughout that time, that year, right? Let's say you started and you're like, I can spend $2,000 in a trading account. Education, simulated account, and add money to that. That's what I would do. Add money to that savings, right? Let's say you had 2,000. You took out 1,000 for education, for tools, for scanners, whatever it is. You took out 1,000 to learn to trade. You have $1,000. You just save that year. Boom, you have now your 2,000, and you keep saving. And all of a sudden, you've ended the full year of trading in a simulator, and you've gone from having just $2,000 to trade with to now you've saved up a nice little $5,000 account. That's not bad. That's not a bad starting point for anyone. Okay? That's not a bad starting point for anyone at all. You get that $5,000, maybe you have a little bit more, who knows? It depends how aggressive you want to be with side hustles, making extra money, maybe driving some Uber, maybe doing some Uber Eats, maybe selling some stuff on eBay, on OfferUp, on LetGo, whatever it is you had to do for the extra money to save. You have 5,000 bucks there. And now you say, you know what? I've been consistent in my simulator. I'm comfortable with my strategy. I'm going to start trading. And you open up your account with 5,000 bucks. That's not bad at all. But don't go in there and on your first trade, risk 500 bucks. It's 10%, right, of your account. Small and steady. You've gone from a simulator, now you've gone to a live account. Now you got to trade very small. Smaller than you were trading in your simulator, because trading real money definitely psychologically is completely different than trading in a simulator. If in a simulator, each trade you took had a risk of $100, when you go live, you're not going to feel comfortable losing 100 bucks. Mark my words, you're just not. That very first trade could very well be your very first loss in a live account, and you lose 100 bucks, and you're like, ugh, I don't like this. My account was at 5,000 and now it's at 4,900. I don't like going red right out of the gates. So it's smart. Okay, and if you've watched my channel for an extended period of time, you've seen that I used to trade with very small size. I still trade small by other people's opinion, right? But I used to trade where I would only risk like 30 bucks for a shot at making like 60, 70, 80. If you go far back enough, you'll see me take those type of trades in my account. Okay, so that's what you want to do. If you were risking 100 in the simulator, maybe now you risk 50 bucks, 30 bucks per trade. As you slowly build tolerance, okay, as you slowly build tolerance for the risk of actual cash in an account. So small accounts, you know, doing the minimal work, the minimal effort, and doing a small account don't work generally because it adds more pressure to the trader before they're even ready for any type of pressure at all. So I always tell, when people ask me, oh, how much should I start my account with? Start your account with as much money as you possibly can that you feel comfortable. And if it went to zero because you blew it up, it doesn't affect your daily life. And if it's still a little bit of amount, you know, spend a year or two saving up money so that you have a cushion in the account. If you can open up an account with $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 and trade and manage risk accordingly, you have a good shot, right? You have a good shot. But if you open an account with 1,500 bucks, thinking you're gonna do like one of these YouTubers that are out there, one of these that have chat rooms with thousands of subscribers, it can happen. But you're putting yourself in a corner. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think. Drop it in the comment section below. Remember to smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and if you found this video useful. And I'll catch you on the next one.